Hey Collective, Julia Rose here. I pray this message finds you at the precise time you need it. As always, take what resonates with you and leave the rest for everyone else to find, as these are timeless collective messages. So put it where it fits. I'm so excited to announce that I'm going to be doing live group mediumship readings over on Patreon, exclusive to the membership. And that's going to be every other Monday starting November 3rd. We're going to be meeting at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for about an hour. I'm so excited. And the opposite Mondays that fill in those 2 week gaps are going to be live Zoom group Reiki sessions. If you're looking for a taste of what a personal reading would be like, or working with me to move through energy, that's a perfect way to find out. Okay, the link for my Patreon is in the description box below. I am so excited to get into today's message for you. It's Happy Halloween, by the way, but whenever you find this, it's for you. I'm excited to be honoring Samhain and the Day of the Dead as well this weekend on November 1st and November 2nd. So to those of you who celebrate and honor your ancestors at this time, I stand with you and I honor you. So Spirit has a really interesting message around healing coming through. I know that's so vague, and we talk about healing a lot on this channel. Yeah, take care of your needs. The wolf comes out with winter. Take care of your needs. And naturally, in the change of seasons, as the energy of the earth shifts, it's naturally going to cause you to need to shift a little bit too, the way you approach your self-care and the way you approach your needs. So in that sense, healing and caring for yourself is kind of what we're going to unpack today. But that's interesting because I was hearing there's a love message coming through for you too. This is actually from your ancestors. No wonder they had me starting today with the Angels and Ancestors Oracle. Your ancestors are really looking forward to connecting with you more. Some of you have already been getting downloads about certain practices or traditions that are living in your roots, living in your ancestry. And I think this has been a common theme of your healing, a common theme of your discovery. Root work might be significant to some of you. And so it feels like in this energy, your spirit guides, who are your ancestors actually, are coming through with this validation of all that you've been trying to reconnect with in terms of your lineage, in terms of your history and your traditions. There's always room, right, as the sun comes in so brightly, to say yes. There's a soft, tender care that's coming in with this ancestral healing that's taking place right now. And it's ultimately through the connections that you're building mentally by researching your own past. It is so common today for most people to be very disconnected from their roots, whether through traumatic displacement, abduction, enslavement, or generally fleeing negative, dangerous circumstances in hopes of a better life. There's a message about celebrating rebuilding here. And this ability to rebuild is in your blood. It is actually a gift that's been handed down to you through generations. The ability to take something that you're struggling with, something that you're dealing with, and turn it into something that is what it could possibly be as its best form for you. So really making the most out of all of your circumstances, making the most out of negative circumstances. And this is something that's in your blood. The ability to reclaim your power despite authority, despite cultural oppression, despite the erasure of your people's traditions. Your ancestors are working with you right now to help you understand what kind of elemental curiosity, is the way they want to say that, lives in your blood. Some of you might be, some of you might be called to connect with the earth a little bit differently. You might be researching folk traditions or folk magic. You might be looking at different forms of manifesting, different forms of religious worship to really understand what it was that your ancestors lived through and survived, no matter what your lineage is. This is a time, Spirit is saying, for you to reconnect with your power as it has been given and reborn through your lineage and now takes shape in you. Heavily reclaiming a sense of personal power by acknowledging and honoring your genetic truths. That's a beautiful message. What else, Spirit, do you need the collective to know as it relates to ancestral healing? There's a lot of celebration and excitement coming in with this also, with your discovering how much magic is in your blood, how much empowerment and how much curiosity, how much leadership and decisiveness. Yes, decisiveness. Shield Maiden says, make plans and focus. Decisiveness. That understanding where you come from gives you the ability to know why you are where you are now and where you want to go with it. I'm just seeing there's a lot of research being done. You're doing a lot of research. Some of you have been contemplating moving to a new place. This doesn't just feel like a career shift. This feels like you actually moving and creating a new home somewhere else. And I'm hearing there's a lot of support here for you in that endeavor. A lot of support. So they're also showing me you taking the reins in this transition in your life, these changes that you're trying to make, really being conscious and intentional about how you're going to show up and how you're going to direct your own energy by being intentional to help support and facilitate what it is you're wanting to create. Being very particular and specific when you set your intentions every morning. Whether it's, I am steady when things change, moving with clarity lets you accomplish what it is you want. Whatever your intentions are, they're saying just have something. Have something. that you turn to every day to consciously direct and focus your energy. It feels like that's the biggest thing here that's been making it difficult for you to lock in and feel like you're making progress. You've been missing the intentional aspect as well as the focus. So maybe make some intentions that are going to help you stay focused. Yeah. Be open to healing information. The medicine guardian. Beautiful. And mountains, stand your ground. Again, that feels like a nice follow-up to yesterday's messages. If you haven't checked them out, you can go and just click on my YouTube channel and you'll see it's the previous video, Wild Heart Activations. There's a lot of information that's trying to come through for you right now. So all of these downloads might be giving you headaches or making you feel unsteady. So it's important, again, to be grounding yourself, to be consciously, intentionally bringing yourself back to center. It's a practice for a reason. It's not something you just do once and it's done. All of these changes that you've been wanting to implement in your life, they're not just you reach the goal and that's it. There's a need to maintain momentum in order to sustain those manifestations. And you showing up as you, being intentional about showing up as you in alignment with what it is that you know you need to achieve and you know you want to achieve. It's going to help you feel the progress that you're actually making. Because when you're in a chaotic mind, you can't actually feel the truth of what it is that you're doing. You're not connected to the present when your mind is swirling and constantly pulling you in 100 directions. You're being made to cultivate a new awareness in the now. Maybe you've read The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. Also getting cards from a different deck here. Wow, beautiful, beautiful. You got the love. Hadarian energy, codependency, and boundaries. And the Seas of Mintaka. Seeing potential, bringing unconsciousness to light. All of those healing information, all that healing information coming up for you to process. I'm loving this imagery here because I feel like some of you in this chaotic energy, in this chaotic mind, you're not able to see where you are. And again, that's the reason for returning to stillness. That's the reason for grounding and consciously prioritizing, creating clarity and mindfulness in your life so you can see clearly. A calm mind sees clearly. And you can easily discern from that coolness exactly where you want to be focusing your attention. But you're not going to be able to set intentions when you're not giving yourself a chance to anchor into your now. And that in and of itself creates a peace in your body. Yeah, if this is something you've been struggling with for a while and you're like, yes, Julia, I know, but how? It's just, I can't lock in. You need to book a Reiki session with me. My website's in the description box below. Yeah, 10 of Swords. You might be purging in your dream space as well, releasing fears and releasing past traumas through your dream space. So make an effort to write down your dreams and analyze them to understand what they're trying to convey to you and what it is you're actually processing. Yeah. Wow. Justice came out. Maybe the owl has been a synchronicity for you. Three of Swords. Ten of Swords, Justice, Three of Swords. Healing the heart. The mind becoming unsteady and chaotic as a response to avoidance of grief. But that's not something you can't change. This is absolutely something you can shift if you want to. You have to want the changes that you're trying to create. Like, genuinely want them. But if you're not ready, you're not ready, and that's only up for you to decide. The Magician says it's absolutely possible to turn things around. It's absolutely possible to alchemize this grief and this betrayal. All of this energy that you've been carrying. Not just yours, but your ancestors. The distrust. It's absolutely possible to turn that around. If this doesn't apply to you, it feels like these are the kinds of conversations you're having with people. Creating a new start for yourself. The Fool. Because the only thing that's sure is things are guaranteed to change. But how do you navigate that once that comes? The Hierophant came out. This is God's presence in your life. God wants to be there to help make things clear for you. God wants to guide you, but you have to be open in order to receive that. You have to be still, in body and mind, which also means relaxed. And that's not something you're going to be able to force yourself into. You have to be able to understand how to take the pressure off of yourself. I can help you do that, either through a Reiki session or a personal reading. Again, my website's in the description box below. Yeah, I just see you learning new things. Putting yourself in new spaces, in front of new information. It feels like there's something that Spirit wants you to learn about right now. Page of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles and the Well, which is all about inspiration. Where do you draw your inspiration from? And I feel like for some of you, it's that it's in action, but others of you, it's that some of these things are going to require you to be in new spaces with new people, and you weren't quite ready for that. I'm hearing Spirit's been working overtime to prepare you and help you get ready, which is why you're releasing so much in your dreams. Mm-hmm. Yeah. When you get this inspiration, run with it, because Spirit's telling me that you have everything you need to move forward. The Knight of Swords, it's just about your clear mind, not letting anything distract you or deter you. Focusing on what you want and being open and flexible to flow with how it's going to appear in your life and how you're going to create it. Yeah, I love how much the sun is coming in to validate that. Like, when you create space, the way will be shown. And you don't have to be a super duper psychic to know that. Sometimes you need to talk to a super duper psychic. But other times, it's just about trusting your own instincts, trusting your own curiosity. But again, that place of trust coming from the openness, the stillness, to know, well, my fear is saying that. That's actually what I want. And the difference between those things. Mindfulness is a lifestyle. It's not 25 minutes on your yoga mat. It's not hot yoga. That is core Pilates. That can help. Mindfulness is a lifestyle. It is to choose conscious awareness, to choose openness and trust and surrender. That's walking the path with the divine, with the creator, inviting the creator into every single moment of your reality. That is mindfulness, because your mind is full of the divine, which naturally stills your inner chaos. When all else fails, come back to your intentions. Mm-hmm. Is there anything else you need to know right now? What else do you need to know? Wow. Wow. Okay, can I have one more card? Five of Pentacles, Ace of Pentacles, Devil. You are confronting ancestral fears as you are trying to create these new beginnings for yourself and trust where you're being led. You are confronting ancestral fears. Yeah. The goal of this season of turmoil and change is to help you understand emotional mastery. I was also hearing emotional mystery. Like all of these uncharted depths within you, how far-reaching the recesses are of your mind. How much you can continue to dive deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper and still find that there's so much there to uncover. Spirit doesn't want you to be afraid of that process, because that's the process of reclaiming your powers, understanding what is going on inside of you, so that you can learn how to direct your energy in a way that benefits you more, to honor fully your humanness and the complexity of that. I'm going to continue this message over on Patreon. Again, you can join me over there. When you sign up for the membership, you'll get access to those Monday evening lives. The extended messages will continue to be available per post, but those exclusive Zoom sessions are just for the membership. Okay, I'll see you over there.